Hello again, YouTube! This is Dr.Kendo, and I'm here with some more Scribblenauts Unlimited Object Editor creation, commentary, action, good stuff. I got the Dr.Kendo avatar right here. We're gonna actually start off with the source object of a boy. I feel like I have started off with kid a lot. You want a particular boy, though. You want the one that doesn't look like this. I'm looking for, it's like got a blue shirt. There we go, that one. So you need to get this boy right here and start with that as the source object. So make sure that it's this particular one if you're going to follow my direction on how to create today's object, which is Ness from Earthbound. Here's the usernames of who's requested it on screen, and you've seen that I've actually delimbed the arms of the kid, the original arms, and we've got this pattern. You just go into the pattern library when you're painting for colors and stuff and get the striped shirt. Unfortunately, the colors are not going to be the same, I guess, or completely accurate with those stripes. You can't really change the colors of the individual stripes, and man, this is going to be something new. I'm just gonna try this out and see if it works. Ness actually has a small head, sort of. I'm going based off of his Smash Brothers Brawl model, so that's why it's gonna look a little bit different than the traditional Earthbound model. Maybe that looks less graphically enhanced or anything like that, but Ness does have a small head, and his hat is actually to the side, so I've used a hemisphere shape. Again, this is something new. I haven't done this before. You can just use the yolk of an egg, and that is like the sideways part of it, you know, the cap. What am I trying to say? It's the edge of the cap, and so since he wears it sideways, that's how it's gonna look like this. It's kind of coming together and coming to fruition. I'm really not sure about these eyes because I'm not liking how that looks now that I've got kind of a dot for the nose and the eyebrow for the mouth. So we're probably gonna have to take off these eyes, I would say, and maybe just go with dots or something like that. But I want to try to get, you know, most of the face done and stuff, and then kind of assess the eyes here. I've used a wing. If you just type in wing and then paint it black, you can actually put it underneath the hat, and it looks like his 3 hairs that stick down from underneath the hat. And we're just using copy that yolk shape and actually putting in one yolk for his ear that you paint the same skin tone color, and then also a black one for the hair that's behind his ear, basically. And so yeah, I think that the dots are going to be what's better off here. We kept the kid's legs, so Ness of course has kind of big parachute looking shorts. You know, his jean shorts come out pretty far, and his little skinny legs are underneath, so I'm gonna kind of stick with that. We did use different arms though. As I said, you know, we delimbed the kid earlier, took off the arms, and so we used Maxwell's brother, Mox, but you can also use Mix. I mean, either one of those twin brothers will work. And Ness, of course, has a backpack. I know that everybody was complaining when I didn't put a backpack on Finn, and it was just like, holy crap, put a backpack on yourself. But anyway, look at this. So we did put the backpack on his back. You can't really see it a whole lot. I don't think that it should be seen a whole lot because it kind of makes Ness look a lot bigger and stuff than he should be, a lot fatter, I guess. So I just used the capsule shapes and put buckles onto the capsule. So that is the capsule shape, not the device. But you know me, one thing that makes my commentary special, among a few other things, is that I really like to read off fun facts or history or background or something about the characters that we are creating. And so Ness's first appearance was in the game Earthbound, an RPG published by Nintendo in 1994 for the Super NES. The game Earthbound is also known as Mother 2 in Japan. Ness also appears, of course, as a playable character in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and as of the recording of this commentary, he has not currently been announced for the new Smash Bros. On Wii U and 3DS. Ness is actually depicted in the American guide for the game as 13 years old, but I'm not sure if that's accepted as canon or not. He is from a made-up town called Onett, and he has psychic psionic abilities, which is one thing that we're going to include in the scripting here. Despite having these psi powers, Ness was actually created and intended to be relatable as an actual person. You know, they wanted to make a game with real characters whom players could possibly identify with and connect their personalities to those they maybe know around them. While I've never played Earthbound, I think I heard or I know somehow that the player is able to actually rename all of the playable characters in the game so that you could potentially name Ness with your own name or with the name of somebody else you know, so that's kind of cool. But regarding his appearance in Super Smash Bros., IGN actually labeled Ness, quote, one of the biggest surprise additions to the original lineup, end quote. And he was even voted on by fans as the second favorite character in the game in a 1999 GameSpot reveal. He came in second only to Kirby, who was ranked first in the original Smash Bros. Game. So what do you think? Will Sakurai-san put Ness in the new Smash Bros. Sequel? Who knows? That still remains to be seen, as I said, but let's test out Ness's powers. I've actually got him shooting magic, just putting down some angry animals. Oh crap, if they're angry, they're gonna attack me too. So yes, it's It's like he's got the magic psionic abilities and everything. Let's just throw some more stuff at him. I do have it set up to where, wow, he looks really tiny. I am going to need to change that. But I do have it set up where if he takes any damage or if he gains health, he'll actually shoot a projectile, and I have it set up as an orange fiery dart. So that actually, you can see it a little bit right now. This is funny. I meant to type Silver the Hedgehog. I did Angry Silver, and it came out as an actual piece of silver. So I am going to change that, though. I'm not sure that I like the fiery dart shape, so let's change it to the capsule. Basically, I want to get his PK Fire attack and make that the projectile that gets fired right here whenever he loses or gains any health. Okay, I'm trying to see it. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that was a little bit of a look at it. So yeah, it's decent. I'm going to leave it like that for now. This is another way you can make Ness, of course, is if you're doing the head a little bit more scale to the body, you can actually just use head. You know, that's usually what I use in a lot of my human creations and stuff. I actually do kind of like the glue head, though. It gives Ness more of the Smash Brothers Brawl proportions as I wanted. But the one on the left right now is just another example if you wanted to do Ness that way. And so I didn't want to stop there. I've also actually had a request that came very soon after that one, so I bumped it up on the list a little bit sooner, and it's for Lucas. So we've actually got Lucas here. That's going to be another Smash Brothers model. For this head, you know, it's basically the same as Ness, you know, just take everything except for the head. The head is different, and I did a different mouth. That's just the cat tail, so not the plant cat tail, but the actual cat's tail, and paint it black. And then you want a specific man, so if you just keep typing in man and get the one that has that hair shape, he'll normally be a brunette, but I colored it blonde for Lucas. Lucas has kind of like a pale blonde hair color, so this is what I'm going to stick with. And when I think about it, actually, Lucas's scripting here, you know, I want to have him probably do the magic as the projectile, but I think I'm going to go back and change Ness's to be yo-yo so that they do something different, because, you know, I didn't acknowledge Ness actually attacking with his yo-yo, so maybe I'll make that his regular attack, is that he throws yo-yos at people, even though I know that that's not necessarily how it works, but he will use a yo-yo to attack. But just some quick facts about Lucas before we kind of be scatterbrained with Ness and stuff like that. It's, let's see, Lucas. So Mother 3 is the only title that Lucas stars in, and it shows us that he actually has a twin brother. He was also featured in Smash Brothers Brawl, and in 2012, he was even ranked 19th in Games Radar's, quote, most memorable, influential, and badass, end quote, protagonists in games. Some other journalists or media out there actually have suggested that Lucas needs to be left off the roster in the new Smash Brothers sequel to come, but I've actually seen so many people who use him that I know there'd be many differing opinions to counter that idea. So you gotta let me know what you think too on that one. But yes, we've changed Ness now. We're gonna just go ahead and use the silver again. I kind of liked that, even though it wasn't Silver the Hedgehog. I'm just gonna have a little piece of silver because it takes a while to kill it. But yes, Lucas, instead of shooting out the PK Fire, I have him actually doing the PK Freeze. So just took the crystal, you know, if you just go into the scripting and do shoots a projectile and make it a crystal, that's basically what I did, so that's pretty epic. So Ness and Lucas, there they are right there. I really like how that Lucas turned out. That's pretty cool. The Ness, you know, there could be some changes. You could probably find a better head shape if you have all the time in the world to go through them all and look at them. And keep in mind that I could not change the stripes on the shirts. So right now, Ness and Lucas in this game, as I've made them, have the same color of striped shirt, but that's not true to the real characters, which I'll show a picture of in comparison and everything on screen. So please don't request any objects, because I say it every single episode. I don't know how people don't get this, but I say it at the very beginning and at the end usually, that you shouldn't request anything until I make an announcement in July. It'll be at some point soon, though, considering how long you've had to wait for it. It will be coming up soon, so just be looking out for that. You will know when it comes, and that will explain everything about requesting objects. Other than that, download the Dr.Kendo YouTube collection on iTunes or Amazon, check out the Task Force 5 or my Mario Kart 8 commentaries, and of course, thanks for viewing. Be the viewer and
down the road of twisted